Hello and welcome back. This is for everybody with the sun sign of Taurus. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards and I'm going to do the readings just like I do every month. It's going to be 7 cards. I'll do a quick recap on what I've had so far for you, and then we will we'll go over what this month's reading is, just so we can kind of get a better general idea on what's going on here with you. And first thing I want to say is happy birthday to everybody, Taurus, whether it's already passed or if it's still coming up. I know I'm a little behind in my readings. I unfortunately had some finals that I had to study for, so that kind of kept me away from doing the readings a little bit. So I do apologize about the delay, but here we are. Finally able to take a break here and get these done for you. Spirit, please guide us on what Taurus should be looking for in the month of May, please. And just like all the other signs, I've been doing a birthday video, especially as like a little birthday gift for you. So I am going to do that again for you this month as well, okay? All right, so before we go over the cards for this month, let's go over the cards for last month. So our first card that we're going to discuss is our Moon card, and that is going to be your home and inner emotional life card. And in the past, you were feeling like you were in competition or there was a threat of some kind, and I had advised that it was best for you not to argue right now. Things then became stable, and it was a good time to rest or to start something new. And then you needed to really be honest with yourself and how you felt about something. All right, and let's see what we have for this month. So this month we have the 9 of Swords in reverse. So the 9 of Swords in reverse is telling you that you're really afraid of losing something, or maybe you're ashamed of something that you've done. And this might cause you to feel a little bit of like imprisonment, okay? That's all I have to say about that this time. We'll see what the other cards say, and maybe it will give us a little bit more reflection on that, okay? So our next card is our Mercury card, and this is going to be your work and business issues, okay? So work, school, everything in that avenue, okay? And in the previous months, you got a warning that things may not be as they seem at work, and it was advised not to trust people at work at that time. And then you had something big happen. You had a sudden ending, a failure, some sort of backstabbing that caused pain, possible tears, and a break must be taken so the situation didn't get worse. And then something happened at work that was very upsetting to you. So I kind of was thinking, since there was a lot of issues at work, I was curious, are you being treated right at work? There was a lot going on there, and it seems like so far in your career aspect, Taurus, you're having some issues in the workplace. So let's see if these are going to be moving along for you in the month of May. So here we have the Ace of Swords. And so for me, seeing the Ace of Swords here, I feel like things are going to be kind of turning around for you at work. So the Ace of Swords is saying that you have a strong element of focus and determination. So regardless of what have happened, I feel like that's going to be in the past in your workplace, and now you're finally going to be able to move forward from that, okay? Our next card is our Venus card, and this is your relationships card. So this could be your romantic relationships, but it could also be a close friend or family member. So I just want you to keep that in mind too. And in the past, your relationships, you were feeling maybe in uncertainty about a relationship you were in or you had with somebody, and there was some possible conflict. And my advice to you at that time was that it was best for you to be realistic. And then you were kind of dealing with someone who was being stingy. And I kind of advise that if they don't help you, don't support them, because there is people out there that do that to us. So I don't want them to take your kindness for weakness and take advantage of you. So that was my advice for you then. And then next you had some conflict and arguments with somebody, and I had suggested that maybe you were bringing your stress from work home, because that does happen. It seems like that there was a lot going on in your work sense. So I was wondering if you were bringing your work home. And then I had advised, try not to take things that are happening out at work on loved ones at that time, okay? Because if there's a lot going on there, then that might impair your relationships. So let's see what's going on for your relationships for the month of May. Okay, so here we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And the Nine of Pentacles in reverse is pretty much telling you that you or somebody that you are close to has a bit of a spending problem, okay? So this is causing broken promises or some empty plans. And my advice to you in this situation is it's best to be realistic right now, okay, Taurus? If someone says that they're going to take you on a big trip, or you have these plans to go on a trip and you're spending away, let's be realistic about, how money works, okay? So just try to be mindful of that, okay? So let's see what it says for your goals. I wonder if it ties in at all with that, but let's see. Our next card is our Sun card, which is your goals card for the month. And in the previous months, your goal was to get through conflict and to be careful as someone was not being honest with you. Okay? And then your goal was to work on your trust issues. And then next, you had to keep your distance from those who weren't treating you well. You weren't necessarily being treated properly. And then my advice was that you needed to get the facts about something before proceeding on. So there's been a lot of issues, I feel like, in the past with you, Taurus, on somebody. And I feel like this might be the same person that's causing you all this grief and this trouble. So let's see what it says for you, your goals for this month. Okay, so here we have the Hanged Man in reverse. And the Hanged Man in reverse is telling you that your goal is to get your control back in your life, okay? It's time to stop thinking only about the material things, or it's going to cause you humiliation in the future, okay? You don't want to be humiliated because somebody, maybe you're giving too much to somebody who is just spending money, or maybe it's you who's just spending money, and then something's going to happen that's going to embarrass you in the future. And maybe this is what you're ashamed of. Maybe you or someone you're close to just has this spending problem, and it can be a real issue that you can work on, okay? Our next card, I'm kind of curious to what this says now, is your conflicts and challenges for the month of May. So let's go over what your past was. So in the past, your challenge was that you had some lack of stability, and then you were learning something new. So that could be a challenge. So it was whether, you were learning something new in the workplace, or you were taking a class, starting a new hobby. You were struggling with juggling that, okay, between your everyday life and then this new thing that was brought into your life. And then your challenge was that you just really wanted to be happy. You had a lot going on. You just really, really wanted to be happy in that moment. And then my advice to you was that you really have to make some changes that you need to make in order to make that happen. There were some changes that needed to happen in the past, okay, Taurus, to do this. So let's see what your challenge is going to be for this month. All right, interesting. So here we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And the Ace of Pentacles in reverse is telling you that your challenge this month is financial problems. So this is starting to really tie hand in hand with, you know, this spending problem. So there's going to be some financial problems or a failed investment. There is a possibility here of some dishonest earnings. So maybe just kind of keep your eyes open for that, because if it's not you with the spending problem and it's somebody who's close to you, you know, I'm starting to actually having these cards together like this and then feeling guilty about something is, I'm starting to think that maybe it's a gambling issue. You know, I could be wrong, but that's kind of what's screaming out at me, is that you or somebody is having a gambling problem. But like I said, it could be just a shopping problem, a spending problem, something like that, okay? So let's move on to our next card, which is our Jupiter card. And this is the card where you're going to, you know, there may be a lesson here, but this is where you're going to grow and develop. So let's see what it says for you. In the past, you know, you really need to learn, that you really need to make some changes, as what you were doing was not bringing big reward to you at that time, okay? And then your power was in your strength, and that you really just needed to take your time with things. And then next, you really need to use your keen mind and intelligence to learn and grow from this. So maybe that's what it was. You used your mind, but it's come into a little bit of a pickle here. So let's see what we got. So here we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. And the Ten of Swords in reverse is pretty much saying that there is going to be an inevitable end to something, okay? And this is really going to cause you to really open up your eyes and change paths. So there's a path needs to be changed. Something big is going to happen that's going to make you go, oh goodness, you know, maybe I need to stop this, or I need to help this person that I'm close to that has this problem to stop doing what they're doing. Because it could be you, or it could be someone you're close to, because of that Nine of Pentacles in your relationship portion of your reading, okay? So something's going to happen, and it's really going to open up your eyes here, okay? And my advice here with this is it's really best not to make like any big serious plans right now. And I would put that in gear to the whole month of May, okay? We have one more card. I'm really curious to see what it says, and then we can just do a quick recap here. Our last card is our Saturn card, and this is where you're going to need some like restraint and control, okay? And in the past, you need to show restraint to a rude woman, and to be careful sharing information with the woman. Someone might not have been as, you know, friendly or for you as you may have thought in the past. And, you know, and that's what my advice was. Some may not have your best interest at heart. And next was that it was good to be active, but not too active. You know, so it is time to take actions, but not to be too ambitious at that time. And then I really advise that you really need to let your fears and insecurities get the best of you, okay? So let's see what it says for you this month. So this month we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So the Seven of Pentacles in reverse is once again saying a failed investment. So you had an investment, or somebody had an investment that you're close to, and it didn't fall through as planned, and it's really making you impatient, and it's also making you doubt yourself, okay? Just be aware of disillusion, and once again, I wouldn't make investments right now. So I'd be really careful with your money, Taurus, this month. And let's just kind of, I'm just taking a look at the cards here and kind of what they're telling me. So even though there is a very strong element of focus and determination, there is a spending problem, whether it's by you or someone that you're close to. And this is going to cause financial hardship for the month of May. Okay, maybe there was an investment made that didn't pan out. And I would really be mindful of spending and investments for the month of May. Basically, that's the biggest thing. There is a lot of money coming out and not a lot of money coming in for you, Taurus, okay? So I would definitely keep mindful of that. And stay tuned because I am going to have a birthday spread for you. It's just a small spread, just as a little birthday gift for you. Okay, Taurus? Once again, happy birthday, and we'll see you soon.